Aloha everyone, Michael here. Let's see, today I feel like talking about my feelings. It's probably my favorite topic, and I have in the past been sort of, I'm gonna say, masking my feelings. I lots of times go into deep contemplation and sort of go inside of my head, and I don't always express my emotions. My wife is very gifted in this area, and she has no problem, let's say, crying during certain parts of movies. And I do that too, and yet I also have situations where I just don't say much of anything. And I think about things. So, being a philosopher, this is part of really how I process information. Now, once I get it and I have an aha moment, I do become inspired to express myself, and I'll do that sometimes through playing guitar, other times through writing, and doing these kinds of videos is also how I express myself. Now, I have sort of slowed down my writing output the past month or so with all of the things that are going on. And I'm okay with that. I was basically, for a good 2 years, writing maybe as many as 1,500 words a day. And I completed my first trilogy, Sight, Sound, Spirit. It took me it took me about a year and a half, I want to say. I started I started my mission on April 12th of 2020, which happened to be Easter Sunday. And yeah, I'm inspired by Jesus Christ. So there you go. And I basically was posting at least one article a day on my Facebook um, page, or my profile, as it were. So I'm learning the difference between profiles, pages, and groups. So I started my Sight, Sound, Spirit group somewhere, I want to say, gosh, I don't remember when. Maybe December of 2020. And I use that as a means of getting the ideas out and getting feedback. And I always encourage people to ask questions and to challenge the concepts. Don't challenge my character, because if you do that, then we have a problem and things will inevitably go south. What I have been able to do is take all of the information and sort of rephrase it in a way that makes sense to me. And the Sight, Sound, Spirit trilogy is basically um, it's a primer. It's a starting point. It's a guidebook, and it's going to help anyone who's willing to listen and learn how to process information. And it's really that simple. So I address certain concepts, talk about various things, such as free will. I get into some physics. I talk about time perception, and it's really all about consciousness. So as I continued writing, and I started the next series on August 8th. I'm sorry, I finished Sight, Sound, Spirit on August 8th, 2021. August 9th, I started the next series called Connections. And I have 3 books that I am writing: The Spirituality of Science, The Psychology of Religion, and The Philosophy of Faith. And that one, I believe, will connect with a lot of people because it's three different perspectives. And again, it still has to do with consciousness. In November, I started 2 more books and started really focusing on the idea of everything being information. In, I'm going to say April or May, I think May, I started 2 more books. And I went really deep into physics. And the information books are the books about information. Also started down that line of quantum mechanics, which I began to research in October. And it's funny because most people, when they study physics, they start with classical physics, and then they go into relativity, and then quantum mechanics and quantum field theory. I kind of went the reverse direction. I was interested in quantum mechanics, and I was able to sort of figure out some basic concepts such as the observer effect, wave-particle duality, superposition. And then I went back into the classical physics and relativity and just continued to make connections, and then I would write about it. So be on the lookout for more books. I am excited to share the information, and I hope you enjoy it. So it's all about consciousness, and my thesis is basically feelings are the most effective form of communication in the universe. Everything in the universe is sentient, and feelings, well, it's the language of God. All right, folks. I love you guys. Have an awesome day.